Hi everyone, it's Paola. Welcome back to my channel, Art and Graphic Design. I'm so excited to be making a video again. Before we get started, please check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I am posting on everything now and it's really fun. I'm posting all my designs. That's where I'm doing things. Today's video is going to be a design with me. It's going to be a little bit of voiceover and stuff like that because there's like crazy construction outside and I'm literally filming this in the 2 minutes of peace that I actually have. But we're doing another mock-up branding, basically where I design and create branding for a fake brand, not something real, and I create all the branding and logo design and just my own kind of passion project. So this video is going to be hotel branding, so sit back, maybe get a snack, maybe get a tea, do whatever you need to do, relax, design with me, work alongside me. Let's do it. Okay everyone, so let's get started. I have me up on the screen working, but obviously this was not the moment that I filmed. It was very loud while I was filming this. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of bear with me on this little design with me thing. So the hotel brand name that I decided to come up with is Scene, like Scene Hotel. I thought that was kind of cool, like play on words for like scene, like setting a stage or something, and then also to be seen. I thought that was kind of like a nice trendy name for a hotel. So what's step one in branding? Logo design, right? So we went with kind of bold letters. I didn't want it to be super like art deco-y, but I wanted it to have that vibe at the end, kind of like a mix of modern and yet eclectic and old. So hopefully I achieved that with this branding, you'll see. So this is kind of the beginning stages of the logo design. And when I make a logo, my process is really working in black and white, like I've always emphasized. I think that's so important, such an important part. Don't add color yet. And really just start experimenting with the style you want. So I had it in my mind that I wanted it to be, like I said, modern and kind of old at the same time. So I started experimenting with mixing typefaces and how that would look, layering typefaces. And like I said, when I work in black and white, sometimes you kind of have to bend those rules, because if you want something layered, if you want to kind of bend that idea of logo design, you have to work with a little bit of color, at least gray tones, to see how it would look layered on top of each other. It can't all be black, right? So that's kind of like where I break the rules. It's really fun though. So this is where I started just playing around with a couple different ones, and I really found that that H on the hotel in this typeface just looked exactly like the vibe I was going for. So I definitely went with that one over the one that looked a little bit more cutesy. So I feel like I found that happy medium, and this is kind of where I was going with the logo. So again, I wanted to have a part that was layered, and I felt like this one worked a little bit better as kind of a variation of the logo. It's really important to have multiple variations of logos. Obviously not too many, but you know, at least two, to have different things that you can use them for, right? So I kind of expanded the H on this one just to make it a little different and layer over the S a little bit better. But yeah, overall, I just really like how this one turned out. It really came naturally, and I feel like it works really well for the theme we're going for. So I think these would be the three variations of the logo. So I have the Scene Hotel in all block letters, knockout, and then I have Scene Hotel with the different variation, and then just the SH. So that would be used in other circumstances, not obviously as like the signage outside or something like that. In measuring it, I started using the guides just to see if that was like centered, and I also was doing it a lot by eye. A lot of the times it doesn't have to actually match, it really just has to look like how you're seeing it, how an audience is seeing it. So it doesn't have to be, you know, mathematically correct, I guess, but more humanly correct in how your eyes view it. Sometimes adding color on a logo really can highlight those issues as well. So if you do need to go back and kind of readjust from when you add color, kind of go back to the black and white version and see what kind of, not mistakes, but things that you can change because they just weren't working as well. Once they got to color, those things were shown, you know? So here is where I started exploring color. So I'm working with a few different colors here, like greens and dark purple, and then I had the light purple at first, but that just really didn't go. I realized it kind of pretty quickly. And I just wanted to kind of change it up what I have usually done recently. Like I've done a lot of neutrals and I've done some green and stuff like that, but I don't work with red a lot. And so I don't know, I was just trying to experiment to see how that would work in this type of brand. And I think it does bring out that same aesthetic I was trying to bring out, like modern and new, and like especially with a bright green, like you wouldn't expect that, but also having something about it that is still very classic and classy. So this is what we have so far with the logos, with the colors. It is a fun process, and now we can just start going into like more elements. I brought in just an image of some like do not disturb signs just to get the sizing right and kind of just the idea of it. And then I'm going to be making some do not disturb signs for the doors of the hotel. So this is just one of the elements I decided to create. I thought it'd be fun. So I'm creating two different ones. One is rounded and one is square. So the first thing I did was bring in circles to actually make where the doorknob would be. And from there, I just used the Pathfinder tool to minus the front so that it is just one shape and it actually is a hole, not just a circle on top for design purposes. So from here, I actually downloaded some photos from Adobe Stock. That's where I get a lot of my photos, and I started working with it and putting in like a picture of a bed, and I thought that would be cute for the door. I'm really trying to bring, again, that kind of classic old money vibe with still like a new modern twist. So that's kind of the vibe of the hotel. So here I'm using the font Laystick, I think it's how you pronounce it, and that's kind of my alternative font for all of the elements of design here. So I'm using that for everything else besides the logo, because the logo type is just for the logo. So hopefully you're following along. I made a line, I brought in the logo, and I feel like it looks really good like this, like using that alternative logo, just the SH for, you know, things like a doorknob thing, like that is perfect, I think, especially when the other brandings will be for like marketing or signage, things like that. So using that SH is more for elements of design, and that's kind of funny, a play on words, I guess. How I did it, how I wanted it to be done was like shh for do not disturb. Thought that was a great added touch. So yeah, I added do not disturb to this one as well, and just played around with it and made it a little bit more creative. And so yes, I turned it into white. I did do off camera some erasing just so that would actually be hidden, just so it wouldn't be in the hole. I know you can't see it here, but once I put a background on it, it was obviously not there. So yeah, that's what I did off camera. But here is just me making the actual design element. This is how I will post it, like on social media, how I will post the brand. It's kind of like a mini fake mock-up, but I will be working on mock-ups in a second. So here I'm making marketing. So this is kind of what I'm going to be posting, like I said, social media, and how the marketing would work for this brand, you know? So using images from Adobe Stock, like I said, and just using the logo and using like plays on words and what it would be like in advertising on the street, you know, things like that. So this is just part of the marketing for the brand. So I chose images that I hope bring out that exact feeling I'm trying to bring out from the hotel, kind of luxury, kind of, you know, old and new at the same time. So I'm bringing in the logo in different ways and just seeing how it looked on the different images that I chose. I feel like I selected images that really are just perfect for what I was trying to do. So here, as you can see, I changed one of the logos to white, which wasn't a variation, but I think it worked on the marketing. I used the green one for the picture with the wine glass, and then for the scene poster, I felt that would be good to have like a lamp lit up and say be seen, like be seen at this hotel. So I thought that was kind of a cool way to market and advertise. And then for the last one, I ended up using the dark purple. I just thought it looked really good with that photo and just is exactly what I was going for. So going into mockups, I'm on Photoshop now. I was in Illustrator before, and here is where I brought in some mockups that I downloaded. And if you want to know where I get my mockups, I always have it linked, guys. I always have it linked. And so I did this pretty quick. I did a key card one, which I thought would be a great idea because, of course, like a hotel, you get key cards, and I thought this would be the type of hotel that had really cute key cards. So I used another image that I had. And then I decided to bring in more of that green color, but a different green color. I just feel like it all goes together with the brand very cohesively. So I brought in like pictures on the key card of old keys to kind of bring back that old and new style. And then I made the key itself a dark green. And then just added a suite number, which I'm not even sure how many suites there would be in this type of hotel, but who knows. So I just played around with it a little bit. And again, I used that same font to keep consistency across the brand. So I ended up making it big because I felt that big and bold was really what we're trying to do here, and added that logo again. Time for the last thing, the sign outside, and that's the type of building I totally picture this hotel on. Like picking mockups and making these images, you really have to think about brand consistency, even with choosing your mockups. So that's what I aim to do. So I just added it in, it looked great to me, and here is the final marketing and all the photos of Scene Hotel. This was such a fun project, so yeah. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps my channel. I feel like YouTube has not been pushing out my content or even like notifying my subscribers. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you saw this video and if you made it through. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I'm excited for all my rebranding and things coming up, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, bye! "5 minutes of peace," and the drilling just started again. Gotta go.